Rillaboom action in today's content for Great League. This season is starting off pretty great, and yeah, these battles might be from the previous one, but Rillaboom alongside the other Pokemon have joined the meta, and I can't wait to showcase this Pokemon to you. So we're gonna start off with a very bad lead against Bastiodon, since this team is consisted of Rillaboom, Sandslash at the back, while up in front we're gonna have Skeletons. And you already know that whenever you see something like a Bastiodon on the lead, you're always expecting the usual Grassel team with Victreebel and perhaps something like a Wigglytuff. So over here, as it seems, we're having quite the struggle up against that Bastiodon lead, but in the process we get both of them shields out of play. With that in mind now, we can have the upper hand over that Bastiodon with a Shadow Ball, and by blocking here the move we can easily do some extra damage with our Razor Leaves. So this is the time to shine with Rillaboom. Let's see how this is gonna go, because we can survive now the RLAs, and this trainer does not have any Shadow Victreebel at the back. So over here now they have another RLAs which we are gonna block, and on CMP I was counting for 5 more Vine Whips of that Serperior. We can finish them off with Finesse and our Grass Knot. Now it's all up to the fact that we can outspeed them to the charge attack. Yes, we can trainers with a Shadow Ball, and Bastiodon is out of the way, granting us the first victory of today's content. Into the next game now with a Carbink on the lead. Horrible lead scenario. I'm smashing my way out to my Sandslash, and they respawn with a fighter who is weak to our Ice Punches. This is absolutely insane, and now we got one more Ice Punch before they reach to their charge attack. With that in mind now, we can easily go ahead and farm all the way down as long as they go here for the superpower, and they do, but for some reason I throw. I'm not sure what I'm doing sometimes, but it is what it is, and we still farm down even though we spend the shield over there. Now they have another grass type at the back, but this time Trevenant, which is gonna get outsped to the charge attack, and now down we go to the Seed Bomb. It's all okay, it's all good, because Rillaboom is coming into the battle, and guess what, trainers, we're gonna deliver heavy pressure with our drums. Drum roll please. And yes, trainers, we can survive even the rock slide from that Pokemon. Of course we can do that in Finesse, since now we're gonna go with our drumsticks to the victory, even though we cannot land the finishing blow. At this point I was lagging a bit, as it seems my opponent as well. I'm not sure what was happening, but we're still gonna get the victory with our Skeletons. Into the next game now with a Giratina on the lead, and oh boy, I remember this one. So my plan here is to stay as long as possible with my Skeletons, go for a couple of disarming voices, but look what happens, they get the boost. Are you kidding me? This is the worst. So now I'm getting my hands on the disarming voice, another laggy incident that makes me drop my incinerates kinda later, and of course we end up going here on the complete knockout against that Giratina, since we fall to their moves, and at the same time we get both of them shields out of play. So at this point we want to come into the battle with our Sandslash, but at the very end they have a Shadow Machamp, and obviously this is no great deal for us, because Sandslash cannot survive the moves and Rillaboom cannot either. So down we go to a very weird battle, and this happens a lot with Rillaboom. This Pokemon is super entertaining, but at the same time, well, it's kinda glassy. So let's see what is happening in the next battle, as Azumarill is gonna be our front Pokemon. So I guess that we can easily stay in here, as we're having a bunch of bad leads throughout the entire video, and now with Shadow Ball we can start pushing that Pokemon. So at this point they have already spent both of them shields, which is kinda weird, but I guess I can easily go in there with my Rillaboom, survive by a lot those bubbles, and this means that perhaps one Ice Beam can easily be tanked. Well, not easily, but it will be tanked. So at this point I decide to go for the shield on that Azumarill, able to completely farm down with my Razor Leaves, and now let's see what will happen over here. They decide to come into the battle with Serperior, which is absolutely fine, and now we can survive every single charge attack that I can throw by resisting it. At the very end they have a Lantern, and obviously here my plan is to go for the drill run. Once we get on the first one, we need to get right immediately after to the second to finish them off. So I find this perfect opportunity for me though to charge up to the next CMP point, as we can easily win the tie, and as we're getting now to the Ice Punch, we can kinda guarantee the victory over this trainer, because even though they farm us down, we do the exact same thing and Rillaboom is still alive while they have no more Pokemon left. Into the next game now with a Shadow Hypno on the lead. Let's see how this is gonna go, because my plan here is to get on the Disarming Voice and get the early shield. However, my opponent switches out on Umbreon in a desperate attempt to catch the Shadow Ball, I guess, but as you can see here, they outspeed me only with 3 Snarls. I'm not sure if I missed a Snarl there, but this is why I cannot enjoy PvP anymore. I cannot have healthy environment against my opponent because all of those laggy incidents happening at the same time. So right here now we're gonna be able to push them to their limits with our Sandslash, and now we got the Ice Punch over the Hypno. One more to drop them very low, so perhaps this is gonna take a shield out of play, and we can absolutely do this. So now not only we let them throw their energy on our Sandslash, but also we preserve that final shield for our Rillaboom. Over here now we can easily block the Fire Punch, still farm down in finesse with our Razor Leaves, and at the very end they have a Scrafty. The battle is definitely not over yet. All we need to do here is to switch out on our Skeletons. They switch out for no reason as well, and now we get the amount of energy that we need with our Disarming Voice to get the knockout over Scrafty. That battle was wonderful and kinda clutch. So yeah, give a like, it really deserves this like, your Rillaboom guy. Into the next battle now with the Feraligatr on the lead. Drill Run here is all we can do, as my Skeletons is pretty weak to that Pokemon. So able to do even more pressure with my moves, but at the same time they need to throw, and this is kind of understandable, so down we go to the Shadow Hydro. Now at the back they have a Red Steel, and of course we need to survive the move by blocking at this point. Perhaps we can surprise them with the Earth Power coming from a pure Grass type Pokemon. Let's see if that is the case, because we're gonna throw it. Down they go back to the Metal Trash Can that they belong to, and they have a Galate at the very end. I know here that they cannot reach back-to-back moves, at least not before we farm them completely with our moves, and at this point all we need to do is to push as much as possible with our Skeletons. They end up going for the Undercharge, and I throw here because I want to do 1 extra damage even though they block, and I want to believe that that extra damage did made the difference there, because we managed to farm down kinda on point with our Razor Leaves right after. Once again another weird switch in scenario against Feraligatr, as we're gonna block just once and completely farm down. I was counting their Shadow Claws, this was on their 6th attempt, but you saw before how Umbreon, for example, made that extra mile to their charge attack, so that's why I blocked. I thought that I missed 1 Shadow Claw, and that could have been the Ice Beam. Anyways, now with the charge attack now we can easily farm it down with our Incinerates, and let's see if the other 2 Pokemon can make up for Rillaboom's sacrifice. I'm getting here now on the Disarming Voice, and before they get to a charge attack I get the perfect opportunity to snipe them down with the Shadow Ball. Both of my remaining Pokemon are pretty weak to that Shadow Whiskas, but as you can see we're gonna go all in for the flex. We're not blocking anything, just gonna let the moves go through, and here comes now the ultimate winning condition with our Incinerate. That was crazy, and that's gonna be the ending to today's content. Before you go, trainers, leave a huge like, subscribe to my stuff over here on YouTube, and if you enjoyed this video, well, this too might also be of interest to you. Till the next time, take care, trainers.